Okay, we are at the end of the 2026 legislative session. The last week, things start moving really fast and furious. We have committees at the beginning of this week where all the final bills can be heard in the opposite body, which gives them priority to get put up on the board for review. So just fun, technical legislative process stuff. Usually the last 3 days, the boards get wiped and the House will prioritize what bills the Senate hears, and then the Senate prioritizes what bills the House hears. And so no matter where they've been at in the order, now it's a matter of priority and what bills people feel like need to pass, and what bills might be nice to pass, and what bills really we just don't need to hear this year. So that's the process that's happening right now. I've been fortunate to have success with a few of the bills that I'm interested in. One of them that I'm excited about allows for new and emerging autonomous driverless vehicles to come to Utah. The technology is already there. These vehicles are already driving around. But what we want to do is ensure that they have regulatory certainty when they come in, but that we still protect the public for when they cause an accident, which is probably inevitable, what that actually looks like, because you don't have a driver who's negligent. You have a computer and you have technology, and we got to determine if that made a mistake. And rather than going through a big products liability case, which can cost a lot of money and a lot of time, we wanted to create a path that would look a little bit more like just a typical car accident, where injured people can still seek recovery without having to go up against big companies through product liability cases. We've also worked on opening up markets. I think it's important that we have local foods that are available to local people here in Utah. And I think the foods produced here in Utah by urban farmers and even some of our rural farmers, but that are producing food specifically for Utahns, we need to make that more readily available. And so a bill I passed would allow them to contract with people to actually sell that, so we can see more co-ops and we can see better food available to more people in the state of Utah. I also ran a bill that deals with identity protection. So with the advent of AI, people can create deepfakes really fast and really easily, and it's very deceptive and can be very believable. About every other time my wife looks at her phone, she has to ask me, is this AI or is this real? And it's hard to distinguish anymore. And so what that has created is that people can replicate somebody else and have them say something that could be very damaging to their reputation or to an organization that person represents. And if they try to commercialize it, we passed a bill last year that would say you have a cause of action against somebody who uses your name, image, or likeness to commercialize something, and you can stop them from doing that. We also have traditional defamation claims, which are, but those can be difficult because you actually have to prove monetary damages to do that. So what about this middle ground where it's just reputational damage, and you want them to take it down, and you don't necessarily want to sue them, you don't want to necessarily get money, you just want it to stop harming your reputation? So this bill would create that middle path and allow for a notice to have something taken down, and if they fail to take it down, then a lawsuit could ensue. So with the new technologies coming on, it's creating all sorts of new stuff that we've got to deal with. We've got AI policy that's running through. We're trying to figure out how to deal with software and AI use in education, and pushing policies that help protect our kids in that sphere as well. Hey, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for the texts and the emails. It does make a difference. It does impact how my perspective on a lot of bills and policies that come across our desk and come across the Senate board. So appreciate your input. Looking forward to working this interim and doing this again.